Alright there, sure mate, Yorkie here. Welcome back to Campfire Tales, where we're looking at Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Last time, we tried to make not Nocticula, Shamira, Nocticula's lover. Or Nocticula's lover, I should say. Help us out. Help us get an audience with Nocticula. She wanted us to find out about the Nahindrian crystals, which we found out. Then decided we didn't want to give the information, which kind of upset her. And unfortunately, we didn't have the willpower to stop her ripping it from our brains. So that's not good. But despite that, Nocticula appeared and said, yeah, come to my palace, let's have a chat. So let's do that. I've not buffed us because I have a feeling we're not going to need it right now. I hope we don't. If we do, we're in trouble.
We march ahead.
The reason I don't think we'll need it right now is I think she wants something from us. A Lady in Shadow, the Queen of Midnight Isles, Lady Nocticula, Demon Lord of Darkness and Lust.
Our path leads on.
Greetings.
Arilu! A stately shadow comes towards you. In its hands, a small mirror sparkles and shimmers with unsettling light.
Greetings, Commander.
Sucha! The wretch called Sucha grins as he shifts clumsily from foot to foot in a crude attempt at a courtly bow. I came to speak with Nocticula, not you, Arilu.
All in good time. You will have your meeting with the Lady in Shadow. But first, there is something else. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Arilu lifts a mirror, and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that.
I didn't have wings back then.
Objective, to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject.
Ooh.
Expected result. The essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers.
Oh, is that why I've got mythic powers?
To put my plan into action.
But I didn't have wings back then. Interesting. That's why she saved us. So we're her little experiment.
You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
Arilu stares at you, her gaze unrelenting, probing. The witch is silent for a long time. When she speaks, her voice is unreadable, betraying no emotion. Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do all this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
Ah, such special memories. Remember the laboratory, do you?
Yeah.
I told you back then. Go on, look around. See all the ones Lady Arilu worked on. Here with us is definitely the place for you.
The dretch grins in satisfaction. The unseen angel does not speak, but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you?
I do.
That was merely an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
Believable. Matches what we've seen, but I still don't trust her, so I'm not sure. As if to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound in your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops. I still don't know what her long game is, even if this is true.
This is pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Aldrich doesn't say a word, but you notice his pale face, his clenched teeth, and the extended claws on his fingers. It's not going to work. You need to tell me everything first.
Very well, then. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
What is this wound in my soul? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound, in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed.
Okay.
No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
I mean, that's true anyway, but still not trusting her. You followed me.
Like a witch in a fairy tale, I watched over you from birth. From before that, even. And I kept detailed notes. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canobris.
I'm tending to believe the visions. I just don't know what a long game is, so I don't know how much I can trust what you say.
In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone.
I wondered what happened with that.
I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
It does. As it turns out, you helped me thwart the plans with your masters, Baphomet and Tiscari.
They are not my masters. They are a resource.
That's demonic thinking. That doesn't surprise me. Why was the whole ploy... Well, why was the whole ploy with the lab necessary? You already sacrificed your servant, the Suture, for it.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything.
But what is your plan?
He too once experienced rebirth at my hands.
Yeah, it went a bit
And
messy for him, I guess.
That's why I was willing to risk his life.
It'd be better if you just told me everything instead of playing mind games.
Knowledge gained independently through research and experimentation is far more valuable than knowledge that is simply given. That is why I wanted you to go to the laboratory yourself. I just gave you a nudge in the right direction.
Okay. Tell me about Nahindrian crystals. Start from the beginning.
Nahindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state.
The island.
That means that Nihindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Discari's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nihindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
So you figured out how to use a crystal to imbue living creatures with power?
Not just any creatures. Demons. And half-demons.
Of which I'm not.
The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
But I'm not a demon.
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent, or even to override the laws of the universe.
But if that's so, why can't you do it with tieflings and others?
I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Discari's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive. All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
Strange to see you in here, in Nocticula's palace. Who do you really serve, Discari? Baphomet?
Both. And neither. I have served both Discari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
She's sneaky like you, basically. My power is different from that of Jeribeth and Nolkineth and the other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
What I want to know right now is what you want from me.
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive your power.
Interesting. I have two options. I will not refuse this power, but I will decide how to use it. Touch the essence. I won't eat out of your hand, Arilu, even if it makes me weaker. The question is, I don't trust her, but what is my suspicion? And I can't work out what her long game is. She's thrown in her lot with Nocticula, but I don't think she has any more positive view of Nocticula. I mean, she does Nocticula sneaky and taking down demon lords who are supposedly stronger than her, so she can respect that. She's sneaky too. But I don't think she's got any more commitment to Nocticula long term than she does to Discari or Baphomet. I don't know what her personal long game is, and I don't know if it's on our side. I mean, it's not on anyone's side probably, but I don't know if it more favours our side or the demon's side. I also don't know if this power is going to ensnare me to her, but I have a feeling I need to take it. I need to be stronger still. Okay. I'll decide how to use it. That looks like another mythic level. You touch the essence and the power so familiar and clear flows through you like a river. The power that courses through you is so immense, the wound in your chest closed up as if it had never existed.
Now you know. You truly know.
Except I don't.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. All your valiant deeds, your resistance in the face of temptation, it was all a deception? Curse the Abyss, and curse Alushanira, where even the most faithful lose their way, and lie, and commit treason! I must save those who can be saved, and break free from the kingdom of darkness!
The angel's voice fades, and you can no longer sense his presence. He has disappeared.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Rita looks at you for a while, and then she speaks. Arila's words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Nocticula, ruler of Alushanira and the Midnight Isles. A powerful demon lord, and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into a ironic smile. Ironic smile? And her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now, I am convinced that she is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward her with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which she is about to take part.
You've been sitting on your throne and listening to us this whole time?
Naturally. I am in the habit of observing my servants and guests while remaining unseen. Their private thoughts fly most eagerly from their lips when they believe themselves to be unwatched. And secrets exchanged in whispers are often invaluable.
I have too many questions and I demand answers.
You are a guest here, mortal. A guest of the Lady in Shadow, the vanquisher of many a demon lord. I am the only one here who is entitled to demand answers. You may ask your questions when I allow you to do so. For now, remember your manners and greet me properly.
See, not evil or lawful. I could go good, reach for your weapon, a word of warning, don't play games with me, I'm not afraid of to fight you. Possible. Smirk Johnsler, yeah, hi. So we understand each other. I'm not going to grovel on my knees before you. Smile charmingly, you are truly resplendent, Lady in Shadow. It would bring me great happiness to get to know you better now.
Have I told you to bow down? Trust me, if I need you to do something, I won't leave you guessing. You will know my desires immediately, and you will know just as swiftly why fulfilling those desires is in your best interest.
You know, it's interesting. I have been questioning all the way through Arilu's long game. I never thought to question Nocticula's long game. As I said, she's sneaky. What is her game? Does she even care about Galarian? Really? Or is she after Baphomet and Discari? Or is there something else going on? I'm reminded of a story I'm working on. Lost Child of Fae. Where a half Fae, half mortal woman is brought to the Fae realm. Both the Seelie and Unseelie are pretty much the same, actually, even though they mask it differently. And they want to breed her because her child will balance the throne one way or the other, allowing one or other to take control. But she also has the Slough the outcasts wanting to breed her, because if they can get their blood into the child, that will overthrow the system. And that's what I'm thinking here. Does Nocticula want to go after Galarian? Or is she looking to overthrow the system? What's going on?
I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Alashanira, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nahindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Honestly, the Hand of the the whatever they call him, Iomede's person. I'm not with Iomede anyway. Talonray, yes, originally, and it's still. Desna, absolutely. Iomede, not so much. I've seen what the Iomede's good forces of law have done. They've created the Inquisition, like Holrun. They've abandoned people like God, I've forgotten her name. Nura, something like that, to slavery. They failed to drive back the Abyss 4 times. They wouldn't accept, most likely, what do they call her? Arushale. Now there are those like Sela who would. But overall, I can't say I rate them at all. You're able to see the Hand of the Inherited despite all his enchantments, or... Why do you think the Hand of the Inheritor is going to die?
Because he charged off all alone into the vastness of the Abyss. An old friend awaits him there. The Echo of Discari. And the Echo has been anticipating this meeting for a long time.
The Hand of the Inheritor told me his magic deceived the eyes of all evil spawn, the Abyss. But not yours?
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal.
I don't.
Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who are more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the...
No, I never assumed I knew exactly what to expect. I just didn't realize I wasn't guessing enough. Tell me about the Echo of Discari.
He is a strange creature. A bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the world wound was opened, Discari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eridan, protector of humankind. Eridan gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket the Younger is alive and well, though I cannot say the same for Eridan. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eridan, especially his inheritor, Iomedae. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomedae's pet pug, if she had one.
So why does the Echo Discari prey upon the hand of the inheritor?
Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities.
Not wrong.
The Echo suffered more than one defeat. First at Eridan's hand, then under the onslaught of the forces of heaven. Those routes taught him to attack his enemies by stealth, boldly and often, killing and crippling anyone close to the light-bringing goddess. Now, it seems, he has decided the time has come. The Herald of Iomedae himself is in the abyss alone, without a retinue of lesser angels.
Oh, let me say, not wrong the way we treat boys. How does the Echo of Discari prey upon the hand of the inheritor? Oh no, we've done that, I see.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomedae, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not?
It is, but why are you bringing... I mean, yeah, I get the link to Iomedae, to the hand. Why are you choosing to bring it up? Are you looking for some new path for yourself? Or are you trying to paint that as where you're going?
Of course not all your actions in my realm have been commendable. By destroying the flesh markets, you've harmed my city and impoverished my realm.
I'll never accept something as vile as the slave trade.
You've just arrived in my realm, and you're already trying to dictate your own rules? As I recall, when demons attempted something similar on Galarian, armies were raised, and mortals fought to the death to stop it. I can scarcely believe it myself, but I will be gracious and show you mercy. I am a hospitable ruler.
No, you got other goals in mind. Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus, who silently approaches Nocticula, and then begins fervently whispering in her ear. Nocticula's expression turns hard and cold. As Nocticula ponders the new developments, the messenger makes eye contact with you playfully. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them, their owner bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. The succubus smiles slyly and gives you a wink. Interesting. Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Another island, another loss. Enough. I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters and tell them to prepare.
Nocticula sends the green-eyed servant away, and turns her face to greet you once more. Face to you once more. I'm not going to say I know her. Keep that private.
But I digress. Let us continue. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever.
But why?
Ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
My companion Ember would like to speak with you.
Ember? So that's her then? Well, approach. I have heard you bleating your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
Tears are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she sniffles noisily. She presses her maimed hands against her heart as she stares up at Nocticula. Her fragile form shudders from weeping. Aurelio wrinkles her nose in disdain. Why have you brought this simpleton here? This is Lucianira, not Nerosian. We don't give alms here.
I can't stand these noises. Do you think you're the first to try to move me with a display of tears? It only makes me angry. If you wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
I know what you had to do to others and to yourself. I'm so sorry. So sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow. Calm your sorrows.
You should hear her out.
In my realm, I decide to whom I should listen and whom I should hang. Be quiet. You wanted me to hear the girl out. Then let her babble on until I tire of her.
All yours, Ember.
So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive.
You've been that one.
Devoured by monsters. People burying their children. They were in pain. So much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
What is this saccharine drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
Oh, you've got interest there, Ember.
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared.
Which means you are too.
If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
I've seen the truth of wisdom more than once. Perhaps it would benefit you to listen to it as well.
As if I hadn't seen enough sanctimonious bores in my life.
She's not sanctimonious.
So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods' forgiveness?
Oh, no, she doesn't want
myself
that.
To serving a sword-swinging upstart?
Oh, she doesn't want that either.
Or that old crone, the moon?
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Oh, the Redeemer Queen! That's new. Never in all my years have I heard anything like that. Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight. Or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever. As my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
Upon giving Nocticula one last smile, Ember ducked behind your back. He had a whispering. Who knows, Ember? You got her interest, but...
I suppose you're right. We'll see what happens.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again!
Back to me. Did Irila really create me? She has certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Vorlesh designed the world wound, a magical phenomenon of unfathomable power. To seal it, we required a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion. She chose you. Both your powers and the wound on your chest were the result of her experiments. When she infused your soul with the essence of the abyss, of course, you remember none of that. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified, to the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. In trial after trial, we watched your will be tempered, and when the time came, we started filling you with the energies of Nihindrian crystals. These energies are necessary for the task at hand. Everything that's happened to you was part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, you have followed your queen's orders. And arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has its price, says Irila quickly. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, not merely a living tool, whom we could fling to the flames of the world wound and close it, like any lesser rift. I think you should know that. Nocticula makes a sudden gesture, cutting Irila off. Don't be too hasty. We have burdened her with enough revelations for now. Give her time to become accustomed to the truth about herself. Then you can share all the details. What exactly are you offering me? I'm offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn in my side as well as yours. What's more, I have never schemed against Galarian, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane. At least not at my behest. There is no cause for enmity between us. She is right that it's been Baphomet and Disgari all the way. Why would you want to close the world wound? When the world wound opened, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it the crossroads of the world. That's been her goal all along, we've heard. A place where demons, devils, and even angels could meet. The wound was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas. But the Midnight Isles were not the only realm that had been linked to Galarian through the wound. Skadi and Baphomet now had a way from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my island and spread out across them like a plague of locusts, killing guests who were under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driven by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Galarian or in another abyssal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is applied fiction. Both Descarites and Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence in Lucianira to overthrow me. But they think I'm not watching. They break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. And worst of all, Lady Vorlesh told them about the Nihindrian crystals. They realized what kind of power the crystals had, and now they are determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. And once an island loses its crystals, it becomes nothing but flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of Ishar. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans. So instead, I will teach my neighbours a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hands of a mortal. I still don't know if I can trust what she's saying, but it maps onto what we've seen, what we've heard. That's what I said. She doesn't care about Galarian. She actually invites people from other realms. She'll enslave them sometimes, she'll hurt them, etc. But she wants it. She's a modernizer, essentially. If we're right about this, obviously, the words of a demon, especially a succubus lady, lord, whatever, are not trustworthy. It maps. What do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interest. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I'll give you gifts befitting your ambitions, and my patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinkets you could dream up. If you're so powerful, why do you need me? Because she doesn't want a big fight. She wants me to humble her, a mortal. If I were to make a move myself, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so, but it would hamper my more important plans. Baphomet and Discari could never best me, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from other planes would shudder at the mention of Illusionera. No, I will wage war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into my enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you to my realm, you have the honour of becoming my blade, mortal. Be glad you're wielded by skillful hands. You should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. Nocticula silences Aurelia with a sharp gesture. We can discuss the details later, when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. How exactly do you plan to close the world wound? She rolled her eyes. It is a complicated magical process. You'll receive precise instructions once you've captured the threshold fortress on Galarian, which was a goal anyway. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlesh opened the world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hepzibah, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Nahindrian crystals in my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Galarian can stand against them. You must stop, Hepzibah. If you do not, your world will fall and my plans will suffer significant harm. I don't know how much she's telling the truth. I say maps. I don't trust her. I'm not seeing her as an ally. But it might be that right now, we're walking in the same direction. At one time, I disclosed the secret of transformation to two servants of Baphomet and Discari, Xanthafang and Mutasafen. It was a well-calculated gambit, which bought us time and assured both Discari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mutasafen is Hepzibah's favourite. He oversees the transformation of our army. Hepzibah is currently on another island far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships, and when the ships reach port, their crews discover they've been gone for hundreds of years? That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hepzibah, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Sealer winks at you. So what do you think, Commander? Personally, I'd rather take my chances rowing to this another island far from here in a rusty bucket than make any deals with Lady in Shadow. I'll steer. Why is it so important to kill Hepzibah? Discari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you, so you'll need an army of your own. And that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepzibah is mining more and more Nahindrian crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Galarian. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demons pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nahindrian crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. I'll consider it, Lady in Shadow. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding, of your own volition. A glimmer of approval danced in Nocticula's eyes. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Ebzimara visits Elushinira every now and then, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Colifir, on the northwest of the archipelago. There lies a secret fortress. In the deep mines her slaves dig Nahindrian crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Galarian. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. I killed Willard as your court mage. Nocticula shows no hint of sadness. I am aware of this, of course. It is lamentable in a way, since his fear of me was strong enough to make him impeccably loyal. However, his death is but a single move in a much larger game. In games like this, losing a few pawns is unavoidable. Let me inform you of treason. Nocticula looks quite amused. Is that so? Who is it you decide to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn these traitors? And how credible are these accusations? Chimera is researching the Nahindrian crystals in secret. Perhaps she's planning to overthrow you. A small smile appears on Nocticula's lips. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, how did you really think I was unaware of this? Or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I'll take this as proof that I can rely on you. Nocticula's expression remains courteous, but her voice now carries her hint of disapproval. It's unfortunate that while you did uncover her devious scheme, you still gave her the knowledge she sought. It would have been wiser to keep her in... I've tried. I'll have to keep a closer eye on her from now on. Then again, the ruler of Elushinira trails off, weariness creeping into her voice. It's also trivial. What I find truly disappointing is that you told Chimera of the mines near the Nexus. Now she's digging up crystals on the sly, or so she believes, hastening the moment when Elinithia will plummet to the depths of Ishia. I'll intervene before that happens, of course, but your lack of discretion has created a headache for me, and I'm a little vexed by it. Why do you still tolerate Chimera? Someone has to deal with trivial matters. Chimera's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favourite, just as Zephyrians before her. The second always dreams of rising to be the first. I know that feeling well. A friend of mine, the storyteller, has appeared into the future. In his vision, Ebzimara was sending demons after you. Demons were strengthened by Nahindrian crystals. A hint of dangerous excitement creeps into her voice. You're the font of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambitions of that brat, or her lecturer's go-to messiah, were bound to surface sooner or later. But your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. We've got a secret ingredient. You could have gone to Ebzimara with this and received a payment for your silence. Your foresight must not go unrewarded. Ebzimara is of Discarded, Baphomet, discarded, whatever. And they are the ones attacking. She's not at the moment. I don't know if I can trust what she's saying. It matches what we've been told, what we've seen. But that doesn't mean it's trustworthy. But those two, well, we know what their goal is. I've said everything I wanted to say. Nocticula nods graciously. I want to ask you about other powerful denizens of the Abyss. Are you interested in one of my servants, or do you wish me to tell you something about your enemies? What's your relationship with Rilu? She works for me, isn't it obvious? Lady Vorlish is very talented. She may be the most brilliant and capable mind ever to come from your plane. And the guile she used to betray one demon lord master for another impressed me so much that I offered her the position of my advisor on matters of magic. Naturally, the esteemed Lord Goats and Lord Locust don't know a thing about the betrayal of their faithful lackey. Lady Vorlesh, I plan to keep it a secret for a while longer. Betrayal is too strong a word. I opened the path to Glorium for those two and told them how to extract power from the Hindrian crystals. That will suffice. Doesn't it bother you that Arilu serves another man? No, it doesn't at all. Double agents can be useful. How did Arilu become your servant? When the world wound first opened, it only led to Discard's realm. But then there was another more powerful breach. The wound expanded, and its path now passed through the realm, my realm, and Baphomet's as well. Before long, all sorts of interlopers had heard about the power contained within crystals here, and the Midnight Isles were soon overrun with agents from my new neighbours. They flouted my embargo, burrowing greedily into my rocks, stealing my crystals. The main culprit was one Arilu Vorlesh. She was the one who discovered the energies of the Nahindrian crystals. I had captured her. I was about to carry out her agonizing execution when Lady Vorlesh offered me something I desired even more than her death. She entered my service, and her main task since then has been to close the world wound. Once it is sealed, my realm will once again be cut off from those of Baphomet and Discari, and their slaves will no longer be able to infiltrate my islands with such ease. Do you remember the elven mage who used to serve you thousands of years ago? He's still alive. We know each other. Yeah, I'll tell her. Really? He was well past youth even back then, and now? Just how old is he? Can mortals even live that long? Well, apart from your immortal Aslanti. Say hello to him on behalf of the Lady of Shadow and tell him that the one who replaced him has disappointed me immensely with his incompetence. No matter how hard he tried, he could never live up to my magnificent elf. You know, you've managed to surprise me. A rare occurrence for someone who knows just about everything. With a bad of eyelashes, Nocticula sends you a piercing gaze, one that feels like it's delving into your deepest corners of your soul. Are Baphomet and Discard your allies? No. The Goat and the Locust, allied is too strong a word for our relationship. Our connection was forged by circumstance, not out of a desire to deal with each other. When the world wound opened, it tied your world to our realms. I did not join my armies with theirs, but I was forced into making peace with them, so as not to get bogged down in a tiring and distracting war. If I had the opportunity, I would have met them on my terms, and expanded my territories at their expense. Nocticula indulges herself with a faint smile. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible. By the way, one of them came to me with an offering of atrocious alliance, that involved conceiving little ones together. Ew. I'm still contemplating the specifics of my refusal. It needs to be clear and unambiguous. Her ensuing laughter is deep and musical, almost enchanting. We'll ask about her view. I'd like to hear a response, even if it's obvious. Nocticula smiles dubiously. I'm not prone to jealousy. Let Discard think Lady Vorlesh serves him still. His bug brain seems incapable of sensing betrayal. As for Baphomet, he, like any talented liar, is most vulnerable when trying to deceive someone else. He was so pleased to have fooled Discari that he became blind to the treachery that was happening right under his snout. In truth, Lady Vorlesh's loyalty is mine alone. Loyalty is for fools. Shared interest, that is what rational minds rely upon, that and fear. No one in their right mind would oppose the Lady in Shadow. Everything's clear. Nocticula just gives you a mysterious smile. I want to know more about you. Recounting my whole story would take longer than your brief mortal life allows. The list of demon lords I've slain is endless on its own, as is the number of islands under my rule. And that's just the past. There's also my future. How did you become a demon lord? Bear in mind that it's always been unique ever since I was born. I was the first succubus of the abyss. The perfect specimen of my race. I had been enjoying my youth, sharing it with my brother and lover, until the hungry gaze of the demon lord Nahindri fell upon me. That greedy tyrant saw me as a jewel to be added to his treasure hoard. He tried to abduct me. I knew I had no chance of defeating a demon lord. But in that moment, I was not thinking at all. I was fighting for my freedom. When it was all over, Nahindra was dead. I eviscerated him, and for many days afterwards, blood spewed from his open carcass. First his body turned to stone, then his blood, which had been flowing like steam, or like stream, began to crystallize into massive purple glaciers. Now do you see why they're called Nahindrian crystals? Perhaps they should be called Nocticulan crystals, because as Nahindri's blood crystallized, so too did my understanding of my power. Soon after I began my campaign of conquest, I was cunning and swift, and the demon lords themselves trembled before me, knowing I could take their very lives. Only when all of the abyss spoke my name, with terror and reverence, did I decide that I had killed enough. I had a realm, I had power. I no longer shared with my brother. I had servants. Most importantly, I had safety. No one has ever repeated old Nahindri's mistakes. No one has tried to make me their slave. At the Midnight Isle, surely the corpses of slain demon lords. Yes, my realm is quite literally built on the bones of slain enemies. Ironic, isn't it? How did you turn the demon lords into islands? Nocticula responds with a mocking smile. Surely you don't expect me to reveal the secret to you? There is no need for mortals to learn the weaknesses of demon lords. All I can say is that everything started with my desire for revenge. After I had dealt with Nahindri, I was furious at the thought of the vile, lecherous wretch just teleporting over to the Rift of Repose, when he could turn to stone and stay there to rot for the remainder of his eternity. I want to trample his foul corpse, to keep his bloodied body within my sight forever. I yearn to display my glorious trophy to all of the abyss, and that's when my power manifested. I studied my newfound abilities and learned how to use them. Before long I possessed not just one island, but an entire archipelago. What do you plan to do next? Subdue all of the abyss? Possibly. Or perhaps I have something grander in mind. The abyss. Who cares about the abyss? Nocticula's full-throated laughter rings out like a challenge to the entire world. Yeah, you're cross-dimensional, aren't you? But you're not necessarily a destroyer. I wouldn't let you do what you like to do, would it? I have no more questions. If I am to depart for Colifere, your guards must watch over my camp in the Nexus, and all who are residing there. Nocticula nods regally. I will send my assassins to ensure that no harm comes to your entourage. Be grateful for my patronage, mortal. Still have some business left to take care of in the Lucianera. Nocticula nods to herself. Arilu, you are no longer needed here. As you will, my lady, Arilu vanishes. But you notice the look in her eyes, pensive and appraising. You have taken a liking to my city, I see. Well then, savour it to the fullest, and then come back for a truly important business. Nocticula's lips part in the smile, but it's both predatory and alluring. So, the plot thickens, deepens. We have to go to Colifere. But I also need to do Dark Moon Rising, and that's what I'm going to be doing next. That's for
I will guide us.
our young lad Woljef, so we need to go back to camp. I will go pick him up, and I will see you next time when we head to the mansion he needs to go to.
Thanks for watching, for being around. For every message, reaction, all the joy we found. To the quiet, the loud, the sharp and the sly, you're the reason I'm leaving with my spirits high. So hit like, leave a word or tap that sub. If you laugh, cry to mock my stuff. Every click helps the channel grow and lets me keep on with the show.